sports. It's in the game.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Well, these two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. 2nd and 5. Howell, he'll look to throw it. That one into the hands of Adams downfield. Down the right sideline. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Davante Adams with career touchdown number 125, moving him into a tie with Walter Payton on the all-time list. And the Raiders go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you just...
There he goes, right side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Kevin Byard up to make the tackle.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 2nd and 5. Again, it's Pacheco.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the #2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're #2. Let's go ahead and show them that we can run the ball anyway? Or do you do the best thing and throw the darn thing and try and get in the end zone?
Maybe that's wiser.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Aaron Donald coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
And now because of the sack, it's 3rd and goal from the 14. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Even though they might not find the #1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
Someone sharp in this game. He made a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming out.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Howell. They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Now Howell. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Tyler Boyd, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 16 more on that one and another 1st down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
From the 31, here's the 2nd down and 6.
Mahomes now to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard You try and spread the field sometimes. There's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Powell throwing on 3rd down here.
And that will be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
And this returnable for Harris.
A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting 1st downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sign of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Raiders are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
I don't think that's what the defensive coordinator had in mind there. You got him pinned back inside the 5, and then you let him rip off that long run.
You're already anticipating the film session, aren't you?
There's going to be some anger.
Yeah, it's not going to be at the greatest hits, is it? Because they didn't hit anyone on that play. Supposed to have them pinned back deep. Instead, they leave a big crack, a gaping hole, and guess what? They're in bad position right now.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete.
Big strides, look at him go.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Michael Mayer,
66 yards.
and the Raiders are able to add on to that lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Raiders are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Howell to the air on 1st and 10.
Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Back to throw, Howell.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Howell trying to pick it up on third.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
That one good for 37 yards.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now here's Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Raiders
Broncos will take over here just shy of the 30.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
George Karlaftis, the man to bring him down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Here's a diving catch right side. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first.
I know retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay,
I
good.
just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll fake the jet sweep there. Instead, hand to Jacobs up the middle.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 49 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end.
This time they'll throw it with Howell.
Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Now they go play action with Howell. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody.
A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Al now to throw it. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. On the return is Peterson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
Take it to the house.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 64 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Hunt's going to run left.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt.
And he'll go down at the 28. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down.
It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They run again with Hunt. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And they'll indeed take a knee. And they will take a knee here.
Clinic by both sides in half number 2.
Wasn't that just beautiful to watch? Come on, man. Come over to the dark side with me. Wasn't that fun to see these defenses holding sway, right? Making sure they're controlling